Hey everyone, how is your day going? It's Wednesday, halfway through the week. I know at my school we only have one more day with students, and then on Friday it's like our checkout day, and then it's summer hours. Educators First will continue going throughout the summer, so if you need any emotional support or guidance or just need to get some level-headed advice or need to touch base with a mental health professional, both Anna and I will be available all summer long to meet those needs for you. And of course, going into next school year as well. That is, of course, if your school has re-signed for next school year. So I would like to thank you guys for participating this school year, for accessing us here at Educators First. I know that for myself personally, this year had a lot of ups and downs, not only, with school being distance learning in person, having to do hybrid stuff. I mean, it was very challenging at times. And so I know that I got a lot out of coming on and watching our speakers. I think I did see every single speaker for this whole year. And so I know that for me, that was helpful. I'm also a part of several of the groups that our speakers lead, and so I was able to have the benefits of that as well. But I was very happy to be able to support you guys this year, and I will continue to do that throughout the summer, as will Anna. So today I thought I would share something that I use on a daily basis. It is my best friend. It's called the 5-point scale. And so the 5-point scale is it's a tool that I teach students in order for them to figure out, 1, how they're feeling, and 2, what to do about it. So with the 5-point scale, it's like a check-in system for how to figure out how you're feeling. So a 1 on the 5-point scale is, I'm great. Life is good. I'm on task. I'm doing what I need to do, and I'm feeling content with my life. I'm feeling calm. I'm feeling positive. There aren't things that are going wrong in my life, and I can be pretty happy. So we like to be at a 1 no matter where we are. But for you individually, you want to think like, okay, when I'm my happiest or when things are going well, what does that look like for me? Am I able to be at a 1 when I'm at work? Am I at a 1 when I'm with friends? Am I at a 1 when I am home with my family? So a 1 is typically, I'm happy, like things are good. People might know I'm at a 1 on the 5-point scale if they see me smiling, if they see me laughing, very talkative. Now that's for me. The 5-point scale is beautiful because it can be very individualized to you. And so maybe you're more of a quiet person. You are your happiest when you're just by yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. Or you're your happiest when you're with your kids. That's a great thing. And so a 1 on the 5-point scale is when you are doing well. So what that means for you is important for you. It doesn't necessarily mean that everyone else needs to know what a 1 is for you, but it's really important that you know what it is for you. So for me, I would say I'm at a 1 if I'm social, if I'm talking to people. You'll know I'm at a 1 if I'm cracking jokes or if I'm smiling and laughing. I can be at a 1 if I'm at home or if I'm at work. Pretty much if I'm interacting with people and am smiling while I'm doing it, that tells others that I'm at a 1 on the 5-point scale. Now a 2 on the 5-point scale is things are okay. I like to tell students that if you're like feeling like meh, then that's a 2 on the 5-point scale. So for me, I'll be at a 2 on the 5-point scale if maybe I missed breakfast. So it's fine. I can deal with it, but I'm maybe not my happiest self. Or maybe I've got a little bit of a cold or I'm not feeling well. Then I'm at a 2 on the 5-point scale. For other students that I teach this to, I will sometimes describe it as like little things that might bother you or that annoy you. So maybe your partner in class is sitting there clicking their pen. That's going to put you at a 2 on the 5-point scale. Maybe I'm in the middle of a conversation and my child keeps running in and interrupting me. That'll put me at a 2 on the 5-point scale. I can deal with it, but it's not ideal. So at a 2 on the 5-point scale, we're feeling okay. Now at a 3 on the 5-point scale, that's when we're starting to notice that we can't deal with the little annoyances that are going on. So a 3 on the 5-point scale is when something's bothering us and we can't deal with it anymore. So we can't necessarily just continue going on with our day because it's, yes, love this scale, me too. Because it's to a point where it's really bothering us. So we will know how we're doing based on our body. Our body tells us so much about how we're feeling. So for instance, for me on the 5-point scale, I can tell when I'm at a 3 if I feel my chest starting to tighten and I'm noticing myself needing to take deeper breaths. Like that's me recognizing that within my body, I'm not doing well enough to just cope with things on my own without having my body react to the stress. Some other people might notice their body temperature changing. Some people have said they get really warm. Others have said they notice that they get chills. Some people will notice their hands starting to clench or them tapping or shaking their leg. For me, I might notice my face becoming warm, my neck becoming warm. I might feel the need to start pacing or walk around or really want to get out of a situation. Those are the physical symptoms that are telling me you're not doing well. You need to do something about this. And so our body will tell us what we need as long as we're listening. So I would challenge you guys if you're thinking like, I don't really know what my things are or my warning signs or how my body is giving me these body cues. I want you to start listening to your body. Start recognizing when you're stressed, what does your body do? How does your body react to it? Maybe you notice your mouth getting really dry when you're talking. Sometimes people have told me like, well, I start to cry. And that, oopsies, Facebook would like to find and connect. Don't allow, I don't know what that is. Sometimes people say, well, I start to cry. And yes, that is our body reacting to stress, but typically there's something that happens even before that. And a 3 on the 5-point scale is like the starting point for knowing we're not doing well. We want to catch it way at the beginning before the tears even come. So yeah, maybe that means that you start to feel tears forming in your eyes, but it doesn't mean you're crying. Yeah, so think about what you do, what your body does. Other things that happen is certain thoughts might pop into your head. Like, I know I'm at a 3 on the 5-point scale when I start swearing in my head, when I'm starting to say things like maybe I let the F-bomb fly in my head. That's when I know, whoa, you need to calm down. Or like, whoa, you need to go do something so that you're not feeling this way anymore. Other people have said it's when they start having thoughts like, I can't do this anymore, or man, why am I so stupid? Those defeating statements that we say about ourselves. And so think, what are the things that I'm thinking when I'm starting to struggle? And try to remember that. It's the start of when you're beginning to struggle. So yeah, though that's a 3 on the 5-point scale. A 4 on the 5-point scale is when we are in that negative emotion. So we are in that either sadness, anger, fear, worry, whatever negative emotion you're experiencing, we're in it at a 4. Okay, so for me, that might be crying. For me, if I'm at a 4, it's past the point of it being a beginning phase and I'm in it. So maybe I'm crying, maybe I'm yelling, maybe I'm walking out, maybe I am, I'm trying to think of things that aren't coping skills, because I think at this point for me, I'm pretty good at using skills, so I know that needs to be my reaction. But at a 4, it might be, maybe you're yelling at your spouse. Maybe you are grounding your kids for things that aren't real problems. Maybe you are giving someone the silent treatment. Maybe you are, we're adults, so we wouldn't be like fighting. I'm used to explaining this to kids. But it's at the point where you're maybe acting in a way that you're not proud of, or maybe if you're someone that eats as a response to stress. Maybe that's when you start binge eating. It's to a point where we're doing something in response to the negative emotion. We're definitely in it at this point. Now, a 5 is the worst it's ever been. We hope that we don't get to a 5 very often, maybe even only once in our life. But a 5 is, I never want to get to that point again. A 5 is, wow, I can't believe it got that bad. A 5 is, I threw a rock at the window and it shattered. A 5 is, I told my spouse I wanted a divorce. A 5 is, I threw water on my sister. A 5 is, I slapped my dad across the face. I mean, I'm hoping these things haven't happened, but I also know a 5 is like bad. A 5 is, we don't want to go there. We know what that looks like and we don't want to get there again. A 5 is, I contemplated suicide. A 5 is, I self-harmed. Or a 5 is, I laid in bed for days and couldn't stop crying. A 5 is the worst it's ever been. And so for each of you, that 5 will look different. Your 5 will look different than my 5. My 5 will look different than Anna's 5. We all have different lows. We all have different low points in our life. And so that's going to look different. Now, that's the beauty of the 5-point scale. That's what makes it so great. That's what makes it something that can be super individualized to you. And that's what I love about it. So what I do is on the hour, so like when the bell rings at school, I check in with myself. Where am I at on the 5-point scale? What do I need? If you are at a 3 on the 5-point scale, that is when you would need to use a coping strategy. So something that works for you. So my go-to strategy that I use when I'm at a 3 or higher on the 5-point scale is deep breathing. Sometimes I'll do squared breathing or box breathing. We have learned about that in this group before. But mostly with me, I do inhales through the nose, exhale through the mouth, trying to breathe into my belly as much as possible. Maybe I will do some exercise. Maybe I'll call a friend, do some stretching, shake out some of my negative energy. Maybe I'll practice some visualization. There are a lot of different skills that we can use in order to get ourselves from a 3 to a 2 or from a 4 to a 2. No matter what, we just really want to make sure that we're going toward a 1 on the 5-point scale. We don't need to be at a 1. We don't need for everything to disappear, but we need the stress to become at least minimized enough so that we can deal with our day, so that we can continue to move on. You will know what works best for you. If you've been an active member in this group, you've learned a lot of different skills throughout this school year. If you're feeling like, I know that I need more skills, reach out to me or Anna and we can tag you in some videos, or we can send you direct links to those videos so that you can learn more. But that's one of the things that we really love about this group, is that it teaches people just like you how to cope with your stuff. I mean, we all have stuff, stress, life in general can get really difficult, whether that's at school or at home. And we know that it's not just common knowledge of how to deal with this stuff. And so that's what we're here to help you with. If you feel like you need something more, or to learn more about what your individual needs are, feel free to reach out to us, or go through the units. Actually, I don't know that they're called guides. Go through the guides in this group and you will find information that can help you, whether it's that you're dealing with anxiety, anger, communication issues. We've got it all in here. So reach out to us and we can send you the links directly, or if you'd prefer to do it yourself, that's fine too. Either way, we're really happy that you're here with us. If you need anything else, reach out. But I have homework. My homework for you guys is to try to check in with yourself on an hourly basis and identify where you're at on the 5-point scale. If you notice that you are at a 3 or a higher on your 5-point scale, do something about it. You know yourself best, so you will know what skills work for you. If you have never tried calming strategies or coping skills before, then try deep breathing, try going on a walk, try some journaling, maybe some coloring, taking a drink of cold water and just drinking it slowly, counting to 10 backwards. there are things that you can do, and you might feel like that doesn't work for me, or maybe I've tried that once and it just doesn't work. Try it again. Skills are not usually mastered in one time of practicing. I used to think deep breathing was a joke. I used to think, how does that actually help? And now it's my number one thing that I do on a daily basis. So these things do work. You just have to give them a chance. So hope this was helpful. If you guys need anything, feel free to reach out. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. Have a great rest of your week. I am going to enjoy the last day of school tomorrow. Bye.